the first step on this is to construct one side of your duplicated angle. Okay, so we want to duplicate an angle. Okay, so we need to construct one side of it. So once again, we want to use a straight edge. Okay, and we're going to construct one side along that straight edge. Once again, you want to designate a point as the vertex. Okay, so here's my vertex is going to be, it doesn't have to open in the same direction necessarily as the original. It usually will, but it doesn't have to. Okay, so I know my vertex is going to be right here. Okay, the next step is to construct an arc that passes through both sides of your original angle. I'm going to take my compass. I'm going to place a compass tip on the vertex.
It says construct arc
Through both sides of the original angle. Did I write something wrong? Okay. Construct an arc through both sides of original angle. Sorry about that. Okay, so when you construct your arc here, you need to extend your compass setting so that it will intersect both sides of your angle. Okay, so as I construct my arc, I see that it passes through both sides of my angle. If it doesn't pass through both sides, what's one adjustment that you can make to fulfill that condition? You can either extend your sides of the angle. Hey, that's probably the easiest thing to do. The other option would be to reduce the radius of your compass. Okay, so if you adjust your compass and pull it in tighter. And now here's the reason why I said extending the sides would probably be better. The smaller the radius on your compass, the more likely you're going to make a mistake and be off. Okay, the wider your compass setting is, okay, so the longer the radius is on that compass setting, the more likely you will be accurate. And now I tell you that because there will be problems that you will be doing where I give you a sheet of paper. The sheet of paper has maybe an angle on it, and it'll have like 5 or 6 points somewhere on that paper, and I'll ask you to identify which point passes through, let's say, the bisector of that angle. If you're not careful with your construction, it'll cross one of the wrong points, and you'll miss all the credit for that particular question. And so the wider your compass setting, the more likely it will be accurate. So be careful on those. Hey, once you construct this arc through both sides of the original angle, you're going to keep your compass setting exactly as it is, and you're going to duplicate this arc from the vertex of your new angle, the new duplicated angle that you're constructing. Okay? So when you do this, so my compass setting needs to be the same, so mine is. I haven't adjusted it at all. So if I go down and I duplicate this on my construction, I need it to pass through the original line, and then I need to imagine that I'm dealing with an angle that extends beyond 90 degrees. Okay? And so if you exaggerate it so that you know this portion of the circle that you draw has to be slightly more than the portion that you drew in your original. And so here, this red arc that I drew is exaggeratedly longer than the original. Okay, and by original, I mean the one from step number 3. Okay, and then the final step for this is you're going to measure the distance between the arc and side intersections on the original angle. And so here's what I mean by that. If you take your compass now, you are going to change its settings. If you place the vertex or the tip of your compass on one of the arc side intersections, so by that I mean where the sides of your angle intersect the arc that you drew, and you extend your compass so that you can measure the distance the distance between these two arcs and side intersections. And I want to see the arc being drawn to show that measuring distance. Again, that's duplicating a segment. And so basically what you're doing is you are duplicating the segment that connects these two arc side intersections right here. And you're going to duplicate that segment. So in order to duplicate it, you need to measure the distance. And then you are going to duplicate that distance on your construction. So if we set our compass tip on the one arc side intersection that we have, and then construct an arc, hang on. All right, so if we measure this, or we've constructed and duplicated this distance from these two intersection points, okay, what we can now do is we can connect these two intersections here and here to complete the angle. Okay, so if I go now to my straight edge and I run my straight edge from the intersection up here to the this vertex point down below. Okay, now I can pass this through